Eco Certifications Hospitality, the hospitality channel.
The podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Eco Certifications Hospitality Podcast. If this is your first time here, Eco Certifications Hospitality is a network of hospitality professionals, engineers, sustainability specialists, auditors, and consultants who help hotels improve their sustainability performance and to reduce operating costs at the same time. Today's topic is housekeeping, and more specifically, how can housekeeping save costs without compromising guest satisfaction, service quality, or employee well-being? To discuss this, I'm joined once again by Sebastian, former chief engineer in resorts and now consultant in energy efficiency in hospitality. Hi, Sebastian.
Hi, Alexandri. Great to be back, especially to speak about housekeeping. It's actually one of my favorite topics because people often underestimate how much money is flowing through this department every single day.
Let's start with something I've heard many times. When hotels want to reduce housekeeping costs, one of the first ideas is to reduce cleaning time per room. Does that actually work?
Well, yes, mathematically, it works. If a room attendant cleans 18 rooms per day instead of 15, labor cost per room goes down. That's simple. But I think we have to be careful here because reducing room cleaning time indefinitely isn't really sustainable. At some point, you are simply asking people to work faster and harder. And housekeeping is already one of the most physically demanding jobs in a hotel. So if cost reduction means work faster, we are probably solving one problem while creating another.
I completely agree. Sometimes sustainability is mistakenly reduced to environmental topics, but employee well-being is also part of sustainability.
Exactly. The smartest cost savings are usually the ones where people work better, not necessarily harder.
You often say in your consulting missions that hotels cannot improve what they don't measure. Are there KPIs for housekeeping?
Yes, of course. For example, hotels should monitor indicators such as labor cost per occupied room or linen consumption per occupied room, as well as towel consumption per occupied room, laundry cost per occupied room. But even to go further, cleaning chemical consumption, that's really important. And why not to monitor also water consumption linked to laundry operation? Without these numbers, you are basically driving blind. And one thing I have noticed over the year is that many hotels focused on utility bills, but they don't always connect them to housekeeping behavior.
This reminds me of something we see all the time during sustainability audits. Hotels proudly tell us they have a towel reuse program. The little sign is there. The guest is informed. Everything looks perfect. But then we observe what actually happens.
And we spot some mistakes. And that's where things become interesting. The guest leaves the towel hanging on the rack, clearly indicating they want to reuse it. And yet, the room attendant replaces it automatically. Not because they are doing something wrong intentionally, it's simply habit.
Which means the hotel gets none of the environmental benefits and none of the financial benefits either.
Absolutely, and that's very pity. With this simple mistake, hotels are letting a lot of money on the table. Let's do a quick calculation. Imagine a 300-room hotel. Let's say occupancy is 80%. That's 240 occupied rooms. Now, imagine that only 20% of guests participate in the towel reuse program. That's 48 rooms per day. And let's assume just one towel is saved per participating room. And also, let's say that the total laundry cost per towel is around $0.3. That's 48 times 0.3. It means $14.4 per day. Over 1 year, you reach $5,256. And that only considering one towel out of roughly 15% of the total number of the room. That's crazy.
Which perfectly illustrates something we often say. Small daily behaviors create big annual savings.
And this is actually what I can see during audits. This is why when I conduct energy reduction audits, I dedicate an important part of the work on correcting behaviors, which lead to very important quick wins on energy savings. A lot of money could be saved by modifying behaviors. Cost reduction isn't always about technology. Sometimes, and even I can say most of the time, it's simply about engagement. If every room attendant understands why the towel program exists, the result can be completely different.
People often underestimate the human factor. A sustainability initiative can look brilliant on paper, but if employees don't understand it, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work exactly. And that's why training matters so much. And not only once, continuously. Repeat, repeat, and repeat again.
Let's talk about ozone water. You've mentioned this technology several times.
Yes, ozone water cleaning is just fascinating. It can significantly reduce chemical consumption because ozone itself has a strong cleaning and sanitizing properties. The cleaning performance is generally excellent with this solution, but the only problem is a psychological problem.
I know exactly where this is going.
Yes, because we spoke about it in off before recording this podcast. So indeed, after cleaning a bathroom or a room with ozone, there is no strong smell. There is no bleach smell. There is no chemical smell, nothing. The room simply smells clean. And because many people associate cleanliness with a strong chemical odors, they start doubting about the effectiveness. So at the end, what's happened? They add bleach anyway, which completely defeats the purpose.
It's amazing how often perception influences behavior. Another one I love, towel sizes.
I love it, me too. I have heard this hundreds of times. We cannot change the towel size because it's a brand standard. And then when I ask, okay, please show me the standard, show me where these requirements are written, suddenly nobody is able to find the standard.
I've seen exactly the same thing.
Actually, sometimes the standard exists and sometimes it doesn't. And some other case, the standard only specifies the quality of the towel, not the dimensions. But yet, hotels continue purchasing oversized towel because that's how they have always done it. A slightly smaller towel can reduce, of course, the purchasing cost, but can highly impact the laundry cost, the drying time, the water consumption, the storage requirements, and the chemical consumption without affecting guest satisfaction. You don't need to dry 3 or 4 people in the same towel wrap all together. You need to only dry one of your guests, and that's more than enough. But first, somebody has to challenge the assumptions.
What are some other examples you've seen?
Other examples, I have several spring to my mind. For example, some hotels don't monitor how many towels are used at the swimming pool. It can create an important wasting of resources because some guests are not ashamed to use 3, 4, or 5 towels for only a few hours spent around the pool. We can also speak about chemical overdosing. A lot of employees always have the temptation to overdose the cleaning chemical during the preparation, knowing that some dosing systems are already overdosing the cleaning mixes. That's a double waste of chemical, and at the end of the year, that's a lot of money wasted. And that's even more pity to do so because there is a very simple way to double check that. You can try several proportion of cleaning product, then you conduct a random bacterial test. And I'm sure you would be very surprised with the excellent results you get, even with a very small chemical proportion in your mix.
What I like about these examples is that none of them involve putting more pressure on employees.
Exactly. The goal shouldn't be to make people run faster. The goal should be to eliminate waste. You can significantly save water, save chemicals. You can reduce the quantity of linen you are using every day in general. You can cut your energy bills. You can even save some time without impacting the guest experience and without disturbing your operation. Even you can improve your operation efficiency simply by avoiding to use what you don't need to use. And that's where sustainable savings come from.
And that's probably the perfect message to end on. Reducing housekeeping costs doesn't necessarily mean reducing quality. In many cases, it means improving processes, engaging employees, and challenging habits that nobody has questioned for years. If you would like some support on that, you are more than welcome to reach us. Our hospitality experts would be very glad to help you with housekeeping efficiency. If you'd like to learn more, we've published a detailed article on this exact topic on the Eco Certifications Hospitality website. You'll find the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this episode and found interest and value in it, like the video, leave a comment, share it with your colleagues, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.
Eco Certifications Hospitality, the Hospitality Channel.
The podcast.